June may have been rather quiet for new game releases, but after all the showcases, the road to Grand Theft Auto 6 is pretty much set. That means almost every single month leading up to November is jam-packed with releases. So without further ado, let's dive into the 15 biggest games launching in July, starting with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The tale of Edward Kenway, seemingly lost to time, or at least till 2013, is reborn at long last. Launching on July 9th, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a remake of the original, maintaining the same story and characters while expanding on everything else. Overhauled visuals, a denser world map, faster combat, expanded naval battles, a deeper endgame. The list goes on and on. Sure, some parts like the modern-day Abstergo segments and equipping the Hidden Blade in combat are absent alongside the DLC and multiplayer, but it's otherwise a faithful retelling of our favorite Assassin's pirate legend with so much more to offer. EA Sports College Football 27. College football's resurgence and success means a new yearly sports franchise for EA, for better or worse. But at least College Football 27 is trying a new thing when it launches on July 9th, starting with a PC debut for the series. Longtime fans can expect dynasty improvements, new customization options in Road to Glory, and more. Perhaps the most intriguing new addition is Mascot Mashup, where teams of mascots can clash in games. Echoes of Aincrad. Somehow, Sword Art Online returned, but instead of playing as well-known characters like Kirito or Asuna, you'll experience the first season's death game as an original character, customize their appearance, learn unique skills, venture through dungeons, and try not to die. But for those who want that authentic experience, there's Death Game Mode, where your save is deleted upon death. Echoes of Aincrad looks the part visually, so we'll give it a shot, but revamp of the tutorial certainly wouldn't hurt before its July 10th launch. Pal World 1.0. Pocket Pal's creature collecting, open world, survival crafting title exploded when early access debuted in 2024, and it's come a long way since. While storming the World Tree is the endgame, 1.0 is going all out in terms of new gameplay features, a wing pack for flying around on your lonesome, a pal that transforms into a two-handed sword with a unique moveset, and those mysterious floating islands that developers seem to be fans of. Touted as the world's biggest update for Pal World yet, we can't wait to see how 1.0 changes the game when it goes live on July 10th. The Altar's Last Variable. Remember when you left Jan's Scientist behind at the end of The Altars? If the answer is, I didn't play The Altars, well, don't worry about it. All you need to know is that cloning yourself is back on the menu, as you explore new regions, expand a new base underground, and learn the truth about something called the Oasis. With cryosleep enabling longer-term consequences, Last Variable could fade into the survival drama that helped the base game thrive when it launches on July 13th. Moss, the Forgotten Relic. PlayStation VR titles have been less common over the years, but thankfully Xbox Series X and S, PS5, PC, Nintendo Switch, and Switch 2 players will have a chance to experience Polyarch's Moss series without the need for a headset. Alongside both games and DLC, it promises a new smart follow camera and the option to skip combat. There are also new cutscenes to go with improved performance. So if you've never experienced the journey of a Quill, a mouse who ventures through the ruins of a kingdom, there's no better day than July 16th, when Moss, the Forgotten Relic launches. Gothic Classic, PlayStation and Xbox. With how well received Gothic 1 Remake has been, PlayStation and Xbox players will finally get the chance to experience the 2001 original on July 28th. And it's about as untainted as you'd expect, preserving the unforgiving challenge and janky gameplay that made the original such a threat. Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game. A good Avatar video game is about as rare as an enjoyable live-action adaptation, but Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game could fill those shoes. It's a 1v1 featuring hand-drawn animations and packs 12 playable characters, from Aang and Korra to Azula and Kyoshi. Along with training and spectator modes, you have the requisite verses with rollback netcode and crossplay support. Best of all, single-player fans have Story Mode, which offers an original tale, and Arcade Mode. Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game lands on July 23rd for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, and PC. Splatoon Raiders. Instead of competitive modes like its predecessors, Splatoon Raiders leans fully into single-player, but with a fresh gameplay loop. As the mechanic, you'll explore the Spherolite Islands with Deep Cut, unearthing relics and fighting the Salmonoids. By mining Spherolite shards, you can develop gadgets for additional combat options. With optional local and online co-op, it looks intriguing, if nothing else, and arrives on July 23rd for Nintendo Switch 2. Halo Campaign Evolved. The campaign that started it all, but evolved. Halo Studios may not have the most sterling reputation, but we have to admit that its remake of Halo 1 has looked good in recent showings. Whether it's the visuals or revamping levels to facilitate 4-player co-op, the prospect of over 40 skulls, including one that adds a third-person perspective, and a campaign remakes option means heaps of replay value. Just try not to focus too much on the lack of theater mode or post-launch content plans when Halo Campaign Evolved arrives on July 28th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Mistfall Hunter. We've already seen a Souls-like Battle Royale style game in Night Rain, so why not an extraction title in the same vein? Announced in October of 2024, Mistfall Hunter will finally launch this month on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC, offering 6 playable glide hunters who venture into the titular mist to take on various monstrosities. And while there's a very end-of-the-world style scenario, it's still all about finding loot, either solo or in teams of 3, and surviving against enemies and other players long enough to extract it. Enjoyable or tedious, we'll find out on July 29th. The Relic First Guardian. Of course, if we're talking about Souls-likes that have been a long time coming, The Relic First Guardian is out on July 31st for PS5 and PC, after first being announced 5 years ago. Suffice to say that setting and prospect of venturing into the ruined world of Arstilis to help save it is enticing. The fact that you don't lose stamina from attacking also means a more aggressive playstyle. And while we'll need to wait and see how the bosses pan out, the Relic could make for a nice diversion. If you're not in the Souls-like mood and just want a more co-op focused experience with plenty of the same oppression, this game may be worth playing. The premise is simple. You and up to 3 other players venture into a jungle in the hopes of finding the mound. However, there's the Madness system, similar to the Sanity system from Eternal Darkness, which can mess with your senses in a variety of ways, from making allies appear hostile to creating truly horrific sights. In other words, a fun old time with friends when it launches on July 15th. Backyard Baseball. The original Backyard Baseball is a classic in many ways, but for those who wanted a more contemporary version, there's good news. Mega Cat Studios is reimagining it for consoles and PC with completely revamped visuals. The Backyard roster returns in full force with 30 choices, and you can duke it out across 11 stadiums and 6 modes. With a range of options for both casual and competitive players, it promises to capture the magic of the original, with some modern quality of life improvements when it launches on July 9th. Dino Blade. So, there's one more game to look forward to in July, and yes, it's another Souls-like. The twist? Dinosaurs, baby! In a post-cataclysm, you take up a greatsword as a Spinosaurus and embark on a journey for something, taking on all kinds of hostile dinos. These include alphas, who may have their own weapons and skills. As ridiculous as it sounds, there's no denying how cool it looks. Dino Blade launches on July 23rd for PC.
Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.